All right, so we got UFC 304 just wrapped up in Manchester, England, and I'm about to do a reaction video, and here we go. And welcome, Texas Boy Studios. Thank you. Appreciate you for being here. And this is a reaction to UFC 304 earlier night. Even though there were 7 decisions, it'll be all right. Look, we're going to hop into the first fight of the main card. And we had Arnold Allen versus Gige Shikaje. And I mean, what a decision win was that for Arnold Allen. It was crazy. Fantastic. He stayed there in the pocket. He stayed there on the feet. Didn't go for too many takedowns like people thought that he obviously would. That's his range. That's his department, is obviously mixing it up, going up and down, going up and down. And what a fantastic fight. You know what I mean? Like, obviously he couldn't get through Max Holloway. I mean, neither one of these guys can beat Max Holloway, but that's just one of the greatest of all times at featherweight. So Arnold Allen, that was a good fight, fantastic performance. Honestly, it's tough to see where he goes next. I mean, if you ask me, he obviously needs to look up in the rankings. Obviously, I think he was ranked 6 and Gige was ranked 10. So weird ranking right there. But everybody's got a matchup. And then the one after that was Duncan versus Rodriguez. Obviously Rodriguez got the win, and back and forth battle. A lot of blood at the end, a lot of bloodshed at the end for sure. And what a fantastic performance from Rodriguez. I mean, 2 decisions in the first card. You can't really hate on it. So we move into the third fight of the night, and we got King Green versus Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. And look, everybody thought Bobby's going to run right over Paddy, in the striking department. Paddy's going to be shooting for takedowns for his life. He's not going to want to stand and trade with Bobby. But to be honest with you, from what I saw, Paddy was right there in the pocket. He was right there swinging with them, holding his own, standing up, keeping his tempo, and really just getting into his rhythm. And I felt like once he got into his rhythm, he was going to pick him apart on the feet. And by any means, if Bobby King Green was to shoot for a takedown, I mean, come on. Like, that's Paddy's department. I mean, and then you get put right into the sweet triangle choke. Paddy's signature submission of all time is the triangle choke. So how could you not, Obviously, he was trying to mix it up and not totally go for the takedown probably, but he ended up getting caught. And I mean, you can say, oh, it's past his prime, this and that. It's Paddy's turn. Everybody's got a point to prove when it's their time. And that was a statement, That was a statement from Paddy Pimblett right there. You can't get no better than that. Nobody submitted Bobby Green in the UFC, King Green in the UFC. Keep messing up on his name. Nobody submitted Green in the UFC. So, really shit, since 2009, to be honest with you, as far as I can think back. But nobody has did that to Bobby Green in the submission department. Obviously, tough decision losses Green got. And right now, Paddy's 8-0 in the UFC. He's looking fantastic. He's got a ranking next to his name, and it's just crazy. I was going for either or, to be honest with you. Obviously, I'm United States all the way, but been rocking with Paddy since Cage Warriors. He's been down there since he was a young buck, tearing it up. He's 29 years old in the lightweight division. When it's at its lightweight division's always been at its peak, but there was always smaller guys, and now we got bigger guys that are like 190 cutting down to 155. Obviously weight bullying a little bit, but I mean, hey, do what you got to do, right? But congratulations to Paddy, good win. Moicano, I see him fight Moicano next. I can see that happening. Or Rafael dos Anjos, or obviously somebody in the top 8 for sure. For sure, Paddy's got to fight somebody in the top 8. I mean, he's in the rankings and he's in the top 15, so he's definitely got to fight somebody in the top 8. Could shoot for 9 or 10, you know. But, I mean, if you want to keep building him up like Sean O'Malley, you know, I mean, just keep the ball rolling. But he's doing phenomenal. Co-main event, guys. The co-main event is crazy, okay? Because we got Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades. In the co-main event, what an absolute just destroy fight right there. Boom, done, over with. A minute. Starts at 5, goes down to 4. It's over. You know, it was obviously a 5-round fight. We were expecting, 25 minutes of straight battle. But when you got Tom Aspinall coming in here, obviously freak injury to the knee, take like a year to 18 months off, 2 years to come back before he fights again, blows his back out in training, so he says, and then gets a finish over Pavlovich in the first round. Everybody in the first round. He's getting everybody in the first round. Then he just got Curtis Blades in the first round. Kind of crazy. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and debate with people about him and John Jones and all this stuff. But once John Jones and Stipe gets that figured out, because obviously this is Stipe's last fight, he's 40-something years old. He doesn't need to do this. He's got money. He's got the belts. Obviously we need to see the light heavyweight GOAT. That's what John Jones is. We need to see the light heavyweight GOAT versus the heavyweight GOAT. And we just need to see who the baddest man on the planet is at right now. And if I'm being honest with you, John Jones is not going to want to lose to somebody that's up and coming and that's got that belt and it's beat everybody in the first round. He's not going to want to do that. He's going to fight this fight, even though after this fight, he'll have 7 fights on his contract left because he signed an 8-fight deal. But right now, Tom Aspinall gets all the credit in the world. He is the heavyweight champion. I feel like the John Jones and Stipe Miocic fight is just going to be, that's a legacy fight for both of them guys. John Jones is not 40 yet, so I'm not saying he should hang it up. But by all means, if you get through Stipe, obviously Dana White's gonna go crazy. He's the GOAT, this and that, da da da. He's the GOAT of the light heavyweight division. I feel like every division has its own GOAT, and then obviously of the MMA world, you know what I'm saying? John Jones is John Jones. Like, I'm not gonna compare him to anybody else because he's in the MMA world. John Jones is John Jones. That's the top tier, right? But obviously, in other divisions, like in the flyweight division, you got Mighty Mouse. That's the GOAT of the flyweight division, hands down, period. But Tom Aspinall is your heavyweight champion, interim or not, doesn't matter. Once the bell rings in November, if Stipe and Jones show up, then Aspinall is no longer the interim heavyweight champion. So it really doesn't matter. He's the heavyweight champion. It's just what it is. And then we got the last fight. Leon Edwards flatlined. Bilal took the welterweight belt. Obviously, they got something cooking. For the welterweight belt, they don't want somebody that's just hugging and bugging, trying to get the belt. Leon's not really there. He's not going to pull out another head kick. Oh my God, another stoppage. It's not going to happen. He looked flat. He looked like he didn't want to be there. Talking all that talk about how he's going to knock Bilal out. He's too slow for him. He can't do this. He can't do that. He's not slow. He was right there in the paint with them. Took him down. Gave him multiple shots to the chin. Just continuous wrestling throughout the whole fight. And what a performance from Bilal. It's just crazy how Leon talks all that shit and then he doesn't back it up. He goes out there, oh, I gotta drag my ass. But now we got a welterweight champion. To be honest with you, they're gonna put Usman right in there to take the belt. from Bilal. It's just what it is. Call it how I see it. Ian Gary's not going to fight Kamaru Usman. If anything, now it's probably going to be Ian Gary versus Leon Edwards, because they got that whole little feud that they got going on. Obviously, Edwards didn't take too much damage, so I can see him returning in December for sure. Because, I mean, what a pay-per-view that would be. Have a co-main event, Leon Edwards versus Ian Gary. That would be crazy. England versus Ireland. I mean, they both right there across the water anyways. But as far as the new welterweight champion, Bilal, he's for sure going to fight Kamaru. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it how I see it. It is what it is. Other than that, it was a great time. All the fights were good. I mean, a lot of England guys. I mean, come on, we got 5 guys on the main card. All 5 guys opposite of the other 5 guys were all England and USA, except for 2 of them. We had a Brazilian and then obviously a Palestinian, and Bilal Muhammad, who is now your new UFC welterweight champion. So, just to recap, we had Honor Allen took the dub by decision. Rodriguez took the dub by decision. Paddy Pimblett chokes out King Green in the first round to submit him. And then Tommy Aspinall, what a great performance. It's your heavyweight king as of right now. KO Curtis Blades. 1 minute exactly in the first round. And then your new welterweight champion, Bilal Muhammad. Guys, I hope you like the setup for now. I'm going to have a better setup later. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know how it is, how the sound, if it's entertaining. Let me know what you would like me to make a video on. Talk to me about it. I like all MMA combat sports period. I watch boxing, karate combat, MMA, PFL, UFC, Bellator, Cage Warriors, you name it. I watch it all. I love it. Gonna make more videos. Gonna stay consistent. Until next time, I love you guys. Texas Boy, and this is Texas Boy Studios. And thanks for checking in with me. Till next time. Peace out.